want to welcome everyone to the exhibit. If you're interested to kick off the Junior Open Fair, we're going to do national anthem in a minute or two here. But if you can come to the Coliseum, we'd certainly welcome you to do the national anthem and some introductions, and we'll start the day.
Good morning, everyone. I'm Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio, and welcome to the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And it's the Swine Show today, and so we'll be kicking things off here in just a couple of minutes. And throughout the day, we're going to be thanking some sponsors as well of our Swine Show. And again, without these businesses and organizations, we wouldn't be here today. So please give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video streams from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are the sponsor of our video streaming service, so please thank them. Also, thank you to Alcivia Co-op, leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Find out more at alcivia.com. Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com, 212 West Prospect Street, Durand. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit Bauer Seeds and Service for more information. Sundstrom and Company, your local tax experts. Call them now for end-of-year tax planning, 715-672-4425, and schedule that appointment. And NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. And Dunn Energy, your touchstone energy partner. Just a few of our businesses that are sponsoring our video streaming broadcasts of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show today, and also throughout the week, some of our other shows as well. Let's go down to ringside.
Good morning and welcome to the first day. It's officially a pre-fair day, so it's not officially open, the fair itself, but we are happy that everyone is here. We're doing the pig show, obviously, here at 9 o'clock, but we're going to start a tradition that we started last year and continue it. Abigail Sikora is a junior exhibitor, and she's going to be doing the national anthem. So if I can have everyone rise, and I'm going to hand the microphone over here to Abigail.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, o'er the ramparts we watched, were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Abigail. Quick introductions here. My name is Cindy Bogus. I work in the office year-round here with the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Association. I work with an excellent team up in the office, and Don Toski is also our exhibit manager. We have many volunteers that are, make the fair happen, so we'll introduce them throughout the next 6 days here. But two very important royalty representatives that we do have are our Fairs to the Fair representatives. So I'm going to pass the microphone here for them to give a welcome, and you'll see them out and about throughout the week.
Hi, I'm Adeline Frank, and I'm the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Fairs of the Fair attendant. And I'm just really excited. Stop out and say hi if you see us around, and enjoy the show.
Hello, everyone. My name is Morgan Wirtz. I'm the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Fairs to the Fair. I'm so excited to see all of your faces here to support our young exhibitors, and I hope we have a good show.
Thank you, ladies. We're going to have the pig show start here soon. Our judge today is Tim Rake. We'll share some more information as the show goes on. But if you want to give a welcome, here we go. This is Tim.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Wow, what a facility and way to start the show, singing the national anthem with the freedom that we're blessed to have here. Just coming back 2 weeks out of Louisville and Springfield, and jump right in the show ring here. So this is where I was born and what I love to do. Kids raise livestock, and we have some show pigs as well. Just working with kids, it's always a learning experience, even for the big kids. But this is why we're all here in support. And, sorting them out, it's just one man's opinion today. So we're going to sort out all the politics and the money. We don't sell any pigs up here. So I made that very clear that, it's my opinion, but yet what we're here to do. So we'll look forward to sorting through the hogs and coming back. This is a beautiful facility. When it was 100 degrees down in Springfield, it was miserable for a week of the hog show. But anyway, look forward to this, and thanks for the invite.
Thank you. Exhibitors, if you want to start bringing in the animals to the show order, we certainly can.
Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Brian Winnikins from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show. Things will be getting underway shortly, but I'm with some royalty. I'm with the fairest of the fair for the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, Morgan Wirtz, and first attendant Adeline Frank. And so they were just recently down in the show ring for National Anthem. And Morgan and Adeline, thanks for joining us. Well, Morgan, tell us a little bit about yourself.
I am born and raised right here in Chippewa Falls. I'm currently going to school for biochemistry, and I really value the role that this has for building my public speaking abilities.
So that was the big reason for you to go for this?
Yes, before I started in this role, my public speaking skills weren't as high as I wanted them to be, so I threw myself at this opportunity to build those skills.
Yeah, public speaking, being out in front of everybody is a lot different than what I do because, frankly, I'm in a 12 by 12 padded room, and so it's a lot easier for me. And we're also with Adeline Frank as well. Why did you decide to run for Fairs to the Fair? Your first attendant, which is great. So why did you decide to run?
Honestly, I just graduated out of the 4-H program. I showed swine for years. I've come to the fair every single year since I was born, and I was not ready to be done with the fair. So this was the next best thing that I could think of doing, and so if I couldn't show, I was going to help the other kids.
Okay, so we're getting ready for the show. What's the key here to showing swine?
Honestly, have fun. It's really hard to know what the judge is looking for. Personally, just walk your pig around in a circle. Don't let it find the out gate. Don't let it find any of the gates, honestly, and keep its head up.
I like that. Don't find the gate and as it goes down the midway. Okay, so Morgan, what's your favorite part of the fair?
My favorite part of the fair is getting to see the community come together. This is truly a community event. We need everyone to make this thing run, so seeing everyone's hard work culminate for a week is really exciting.
What's your favorite ride on the fair?
Not any of the roller coasters. I am highly against going on roller coasters. I have a quite fear of heights. So any of the slower moving ones.
You sound like me. Adeline, what's your favorite ride?
Oh, I can't do rides, but if I had to pick, I'd probably do the Ferris wheel because it doesn't go very fast in circles.
Okay, that works. No tilt-a-whirl here with the two girls. What's your favorite part of the fair other than showing? Obviously, that was a big part of your life growing up here at the fair.
Honestly, my favorite part is still watching the shows. I have two younger siblings who show swine, and then I have a sister who shows in the Special Needs Pig Pals show, which is actually probably my favorite part of the fair, when all of the youth get to mentor a young adult with special needs and help them show a pig.
All right. Well, again, that is Morgan Wirtz. She is the Northern Wisconsin State Fairist of the fair. Adeline Frank, the first attendant, the fairist attendant, rather, for the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And looks like we got our first class in for the swine show. And so here we go with the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show. I'm Brian Winnikins for WRDN Radio. Those of you watching on Facebook today, hey, let us know where you're watching from. Put in a message in the comments section. We always like to know where folks are watching from, so let us know where you're watching today's video stream from.
Unmute. Now try.
There we go.
There you go.
Thank you. All right, as we get warmed up here, I guess we're waiting for one more. We'll make it pretty simple on how we're going to do this, but showmanship starts right now, not just at the end of the show. So it's every time you're in the ring, you're presenting yourself and your work for the entire summer. And, you know, it starts with a lot of little things from the day one you bring them home to skin and hair. And, again, it's just my opinion today. So we're going to make this pretty sweet, just like when we get into showmanship. We're going to come out of the gates one at a time. You get about 10 seconds to give you the views coming and going. And then in respect to the next animal coming out, just go behind me. And then if I like you, I'll find you. And hopefully we'll high-five you here. So there'll be more than one winner here today, I promise. But looks like when these guys are ready to go here, we'll get this going. After I figure this out, what button to push.
Okay. There you go.
Again, watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show this morning. And thank you to our sponsors as well, including Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture and rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information. Also, O'Galley Cheese Factory. Visit O'Galley Cheese for all of your snacking needs, featuring cheese, locally made beef sticks, sausages, and more. They're open 7 days a week, Highway 25 Durand. Numbers R Us, common sense bookkeeping, and more. And Rhonda is your daily money manager, and you can find out more about daily money management. Just visit Rhonda online at numbersrus.com or visit them on Facebook. And Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner, along with 24/7 and West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. So we have one of our first lightweight classes here going on. We're going to switch gears here. And for the moment, we're going to talk a little bit about bees. And no, we're not going to talk about bees right now. Oh, okay. We'll do that sometime this week, though. I'm going to hold him to it. But this is, we're at the Custer Coliseum here on the fairgrounds as well. And again, this is a beautiful, beautiful spot that they have for us here. Throughout the morning as well, we compliments of the Wisconsin Pork Association. We have some pork trivia that we will pass along as well. Uh-oh, it looks like we're going to go down ringside here. They're turning on the mic. Let's find out how we did on this first class.
We want to share special appreciation to WRDN 1430 AM stereo 107.3 FM, who is doing the live stream of some of our livestock shows. So if you have family or friends who aren't here today or would love to see the shows, have them visit the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Facebook page, and it is shared to that page to watch a live stream. But if you see Brian up in the window up here on top of the office, he's doing the live stream. So certainly share with your family and friends that aren't able to be here today. And special thanks to Brian and the team.
Hey, there we go. All right, class one here. We got some lighter gilts here, so we're not quite up to that fighting weight, I call it. So we're pretty young and pretty green and not quite where we need to be. But just explain a few things I'm really looking for. I'm a sucker for stoutness, heavy bone, and really big head, but they got to walk. And when we're talking about sound on their feet and legs, on the angles on their feet and how they're tracking, so when I see that side profile, I love the first profile here. This one gets her head jacked up, but yet when you get behind them, it keeps it all together from top to bottom. And the feet from right underneath it. Wish I could widen her out just a little bit more for being that young. Time and feet is going to finish that one out to where it needs to be. But a good place to start with this young man. Love the skin and the hair where we're at. Young lady here with the Yorkshire Pyrenean Barrel. Got a lot of potential on the muscle side of things and actually keeps it together really well. For having that much muscle. I'm going to fall in love with a couple of gilts here today that I wish I'm going to take home, but that's just how I'm looking at things today as a market side of things. On the breeding side, there really isn't a lot of difference besides the broodiness, but on the market side, Love the bone and stoutness of this gilt. Just doesn't have enough frame and stretched out like our class winner. And for that much muscle, really keeps his feet underneath it to where it is. We'll see that one come back. The gilt in third is just the opposite, just a little bit more stretched out. Love the look and the skin and hair in this, but we just gotta widen that out at the base and on top shape. It has nothing to do with the feeding side of things. It's just as they mature, sometimes they're just bigger and framier and they just don't quite flesh out the way you want. But I love to see pigs grow like this at this stage where they're not as smaller or moderate framed as they're calling, but love to see the growth in frame. So the next one out here, we just start to run in a few little structural design issues on their feet and legs. Not cooperating with the young lady very good here today. Really has a lot of muscle on it, just bow-legged a little bit, and breaks in his top, and just a little more time in feed and working with that one young lady, we'll be able to go. And our last two here rounding out the class, we'll spend each time talking about each pig just to help you out. This might not be the end of the road. I don't know if you're showing any more this year where every kid has different goals. So when they're young like this, they still have a lot of potential. And when they're the York or the white breeds call them, they're a little more maternal sometimes, but I love the frame and the elevation and the soundness. And then our last one coming out is just doesn't have that punch for me here today with time and feed, and sometimes that's a Burke thing as a breed. We want to fix those hocks and the angles a little bit and correct that soundness. So excited about the first class here, and as they're coming, we'll find some more gilts and maybe how this mic's going to work.
Testing.
Good morning, folks. So we have our next market class, our first market class with pigs ranging from 232 to 250 pounds. In this class, we're going to have Lincoln Wilichowski, Kendall Knox, Samantha Gully, Olive DeWint, Henry Anderson, Lucy Anderson, Wyatt Wellner, and Millie Berlin. Those with gilts in market class 2 ranging from 237 to 261 pounds should be ready to go.
Again, watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair 2025 Swine Show. Brian Winnikins, Farm Director at WRDN Radio. Hope you're enjoying the Swine Show so far. And if you're watching on our Facebook live feed, tell us where you're watching from this morning. We'd love to. You can check in. Let us know where you're watching the video stream from. We've had Beaver Dam already check in as well this morning. And hope you're having a good morning as well. And thank you to our video stream sponsors. And they include Provisions Health, Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Find out more. Visit provisions.health for more information. Also, Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. We belong to you. Visit wisconsincu.org. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting these video streams. Without their help, we would not be here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair doing this. So please thank them for their support. Also, thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our video streaming sponsor for today as well. And so thank you to Wisconsin's soybean growers. We're going to have some hog trivia here coming up. And we may have an announcement coming in. I think we're going to find out who our winners were of that last class.
For our last class, we didn't announce the results, but here they are. For our first place blue goes to Landon Stark, and our second place blue goes to Dylan Phillips. Let's give them a round of applause.
So congratulations to those exhibitors as well. And wow, Montana, Dylan, Montana. Well, welcome. Is there still snow in Montana? Was it Montana or Wyoming? Remember a few weeks back, middle of June, winter storm warnings. It's like, really? Well, welcome, Montana. Thanks for joining us this morning. All right, from the Wisconsin Pork Association, how long does it take for a pig to reach market size? Your guesses are 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, or 8 months. So how long does it take for a pig to reach market size? Your guess is 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, 8 months.
As I briefly mentioned before, we have many volunteers that help make this fair happen, and simply said, we couldn't do what we do without them. I do want to give some shout-outs of appreciation to our department lead, Jared Hilger. I do include our employers for our volunteers because the employees as well are giving up some time to support their employers who are helping out through the day. So Jared Hilger here is a species superintendent, and he's from Byers Bar. Also, we have an amazing team of FFA advisors and 4-H supporters that help us make our shows happen. Specifically in this ring, representing Bloomer FFA and Egg Department is Mrs. Johnson and Mr. Swartz. Chippewa Falls, Mrs. Bergen is here out and about helping the show ring. Mr. Dunnerbauer from the Stanley Boyd FFA, FFA and Egg chapter, as well as in Cadott, Mr. Becker. So can we give a round of applause to Jared and the Chippewa Falls Egg team? Additionally, Mrs. Foster is in the horse equine area, so she's helping check out, and we have other agriculture instructors helping out in different areas throughout the week. We also have a wonderful partnership with our 4-H extension agent. His name is Jordan, and he is out and about, typically in the non-animal youth and school exhibit building. But if he is about and around here in the Coliseum, we appreciate his partnership as well, too. So if we can give our 4-H leaders a round of applause as well. Thank you.
Okay, here's your answer to the first question. How long does it take for a pig to reach market size? 6 months. That's 6 months. So thank you to the Wisconsin Pork Association. We'll have some more pig trivia as well here coming up this morning. We're in our first market class number 1, 232 to 250. Beautiful day here. It's a kind of pre-fair day here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, which is okay too. They are doing they're doing a food contest for all the different fair food. They're going to be doing that later on this evening, so you can still come on down and check that out. If you are in the Chippewa Falls area or the Western Wisconsin area. Like to remind all of you as well, WRDN, your home for farm news and markets throughout the entire day, as we kick things off every Monday through Friday morning from 5 to 7 with the WRDN Morning Farm Report, along with farm news, markets, and also some great classic country music. We also have hourly market reports at about the bottom of the hour at 9:30, 10:30, 11:30. We have our noon farm show at about 12:45 or 12:25 rather, with an update on the midday markets. Also Farm Progress America with Mike Pearson as well, and Agriculture America. Then from 1 until 3, Chip Flory has the latest news and issues affecting rural America and the farm markets too, with Agri-Talk. That runs from 1 until 3. Then from 3 till 4, Jesse Allen in with Agriculture on America, or Agriculture of America, and with more farm news and issues. Then during the 4 o'clock hour, Susan Littlefield in with Market Wrap. She talks with some of the market analysts from around the country to get the day's news on what affected the markets as well. You can listen to WRDN as well online at our website at realcountry1430.com. The player's right on the top of the page. Or you can download the Live 365 app for your phone. And it's as simple as that. Do a search for WRDN, and you're all set up. Your home for the Farms station is WRDN, Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM. Down to our last 3 here in this first market class, 232 to 250 pounds.
All right, thank you. Second class, you hear our class winner just being a little knucklehead. I don't want to say it's a girl thing sometimes, but it is. I live with all girls at home right now, and you just have those days. But young lady, it's not your fault. Some of them just, I blame it on the stars and the moon, whatever you want to call it. But today, this one needs to win. Our class, just the muscle expression, and it might not just have the wheels like I like it, but our gilt in second has a little better, bone and stoutness to her here. But you get this pig's headed up a little bit. I commend you for keeping it clean. Maybe a little raw for me right now. Could use a little bit more fill, but I want to see her at fighting weight a little bit more when she matures. But anyway, commend you for that one. Just get one back, give her a little drink of water, and bring her back for the grand drive. The second one here really hits me as far as that stoutness, if you can see it in her front end. So sometimes the view from outside the ring is a little bit different than when you get behind them and you get on top of them. So what I'm really looking for is that angle on that hip and that hock and that reach. Might be a little bit more complicated to talk about versus when you see it at some of these national shows, but what it comes down to a lot of times is those little things that just really make the difference. This one might look a little broodier and bigger to you than maybe our class winner, but it just comes down to a few more things that this pig needs to go second. Just a little bit of swelling in her hocks right now, but she'll be back. And anyway, our gilt in third. Now things get a little tighter in my mind on really how they break down. You can either go with the frame size and the growth, or a little bit moderate frame, and it comes down to feet and legs. This gilt has to be here for a muscle standpoint and the growth and the frame. Good job, bud. We're going to do the fist bump thing here today, all day. So it just it couldn't move up any higher. I love the fact that you got it pretty clean, but it just didn't have the rear wheels to just get out and flex and drive for me here today on just on those rear hocks. But great project here. Our next skill coming out here, probably the best showman I've seen so far. For a guy, I commend him. Yeah, give him a round of applause. That's what I want to see. So I'm out here, and I got these little dudes staring me down, fireballs and laser beams. It's like, whoa, this guy's pretty serious. And there's some other girls down the line, too. I want to make this fun. Not a staring contest, but still, he's the guy to beat right now. I'm just telling you, girls. Anyway, as far as, and right now he just wants to get the pig shown, and I'm embarrassing him a little bit in front of the girls, so that's all right. But his gilt is just a little bit more moderate frame than I like, and it's a breed thing. It has the muscle and the shape, but it's just doesn't have that flex and that drive like I'm looking for. But best showman of the day right there so far. The next one coming out, yeah. Next one coming out, love the design and the look. I mean, from the ringside, this girl gets out and just wants to show off. But you get disappointed when you get behind her and you get on top of her. And it might be a York thing, but she's probably almost 2 ribs too long. But on the genetic side of things, they're going to lay down in milk and farrow, and that's their job. But in the market show here today, to compete to go up any higher, just gets outpowered by some other girls. Gilts, mind you. But anyway, great project, and see how that one's coming and going. And skin and hair, it's hard to keep white hogs clean. Next one coming out, another Berkshire appearing gilt. There we go. Now we got as long as it's not uncomfortable, but you don't smile until after you hit the home run, all right? So it's okay to kind of freak me out and want to beat me up after the show because I didn't pick you to win. But anyway, our Berkshire gilt here just does not have that flex and design and that soundness that I'm really looking for from that hip to the tail, and it pinches up here in his ham loin. Loves the muscle pattern and everything that goes along with it, but we just got to put the wheels underneath that gilt and get her head up and get her to drive and just level out. But great job, young lady. We'll see you again, I'm sure. All right. We got 2 more left. Here we go. Another white gilt that just has that look. And I do love that. But when you get behind it and it's just not enough there to compete with that muscle and that power with the bigger girls on the top side, and it's not you, but the fact that you get this one up to weight and it grows, that's what they need to do. A lot of these market hogs when they're younger, we all want the one that's ready to go to the weight room, but these hogs need to grow, and I give you a great job on the skin and hair, young lady. I'm sure we'll see you again. This poor young lady it's a gilt that just doesn't want to get around here today. Might have slipped on the scale or in the truck. It's not your fault. You work all year for this. Sometimes it's not a genetic thing like that, but it's just enough to not want to level her out. I want to bring that tail head right up there and then bring the wheels right along with it. But great second class here. Can't wait to see the next one, and they're getting better. It's okay to freak me out a little bit. We're going to use this whole ring. This is a nice big ring, and we're going to use it. I'm not going to shove you in the corner. We got some guys with panels. They're going to help you, and we got a round wing, so it's okay.
And for our first market class, our first blue is going to go to Millie Berlin. And our second blue is going to go to Samantha Gully. Let's give them both a round of applause. For our next gilt market class, this is going to be pigs ranging from 237 to 261 pounds. In the ring, we're going to have Kendall Knox, Elliot Gotham, Gabriel Sikora, Jeffrey Sikora, Henry Anderson, Brandon Wicken, Hunter Seidling, Lucy Anderson, Stanley Lang, and Arthur Turk. On deck will be those with market gilts for hogs ranging from 264 to 285 pounds.
On to our next market class 264 to 285. 264 to 285 in our market class as we continue with the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show today. And those of you watching on our Facebook page, drop us a comment. Let us know where you're watching from today. We'd love to hear from you. We always like to find out where people are watching from. It's kind of cool. And we've already had Montana, Dillon, Montana, Beaver Dam also. So right now, Dillon, Montana is the farthest away. If you're farther, we're going to figure out who's the farthest from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, watching our show today. Well, Dillon, Montana so far in the lead. And again, thank you for watching, and please thank our sponsors as well. Again, the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, they are our video streaming service provider and sponsor, and so please thank them. Also, thank you to Alcivia, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. And right now, Alcivia's farmers has the Farm Commodity Pickup Program. You can visit alcivia.com and find out more about how you can set that up with Alcivia. When it's harvest time, they will come and pick everything up and take it most likely to the brand new Hager City Terminal. Again, visit alcivia.com for more information. Also, Security Financial Bank, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com for more information. Security Financial Bank, Durand at River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit bowersseedsandservice.com for more information. Sundstrom & Company, your local tax experts. Call them now for end-of-year tax planning. 672-4425. That's 715-672-4425, and schedule that appointment today. And Tech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Durand. And Dunn Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Please tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts, our video streams today. Without their help, we would not be here. So please thank them for supporting these video streams. How about a little more pork trivia? All right. What internal temperature should pork chops reach for safe consumption while staying juicy and flavorful? This from the Wisconsin Pork Association. Is it 145 degrees, 160 degrees, 180 degrees, or 120 degrees? Again, from Wisconsin Pork Association, what internal temperature should pork chops reach for safe consumption while staying juicy and flavorful? 145 degrees, 160 degrees, 180 degrees, or 120 degrees? We'll give you the answer here coming up. Okay, I'll give you the answer here. What internal temperature should pork chops reach for safe consumption while staying juicy and flavorful? Our guesses were 145 degrees, 160 degrees, 180 degrees, and 120 degrees. And this is kind of a trick question because, my mom and grandma, so many years, always said it was 160, but that's not correct. It is not 160 degrees. It's 145. Yes, 145 degrees. So that again from the Wisconsin Pork Association, 145 degrees for that internal pork temperature for those pork chops. Thank you again to Wisconsin Pork Association. Thank you to our sponsors as well of our video streams, including Numbers Are Us, your daily money managers in Durand, and Numbers Are Us. They can help you. Rhonda can help you with all of your daily money management needs, not only from paying the bills, making the deposits. Not only that, but she'll keep you safe from fraud too. You can find out more. Just visit numbersareus.com. That's numbersareus.com, or you can visit Rhonda on Facebook as well. Just do a search for Numbers Are Us. Pierce Pep and Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner, 24/7 in West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities and homes from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video streams. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair.
All right, sometimes when they come out of the ring here, they just hit you, and we got to pen them and just come back and sort them down. And these three were right there, right out of the gate, that they just got to be there. And this is exactly what I'm looking for in this top end. And it doesn't matter really if they're a white hog or a black hog or a brown hog. There's a one that's pretty cool. I think it has got a little short horn something in it. But it just, I feel really good about this class and where it is. But this gill hit me really hard with that extra rib, that extra depth, and you get on top of this girl, and she definitely puts it together for me. It's just that inch, a little bit more of a shorter back, but for a big booty Judy, she can get out and put them down. Those feet and legs are I commend you for keeping that all together. It's hard to feed that much muscle, but yet keep them sound, keep the legs underneath them from tightening it up. I can't wait to see that one in the grand drive. And this one is not a far second behind it. Just has a little bit more of a reach, and I love that elevation, how clean that front end is. Just gets out powered a little bit behind the shoulder, back down to that hip, but she takes a big old stride that I just love to see get out and float like that, and I commend you. Probably the second best showman I've seen so far, but I think the gilt makes you look smart sometimes. She just wants to go. But that's a lot of work to get them to walk around like that in a show ring. And you can tell the kids that do that work in their backyard. Yeah, round of applause, bud. Good job. And I could tell that. And it's a demolition derby out here, and you want to be the last guy standing with that extra gallon of gas in there and keep floating around the ring to get that extra look. This young gal's calico gilt was right there in third. I really liked her out of the gate. Just ran into a buzzsaw of a class. Those two gilts are right there, but I love the elevation, the skin and hair. I commend you, a great job. Has the feet and legs that I love. I'd like to see her head up a little bit, maybe clean up at her front end a little bit. But for her age, love the stoutness in the bone, and she puts it all together. And great job, young lady. The next one in fourth. For a Tamworth gilt, this is where she needs to be. For a heritage breed, these pigs, they're all making us look smart right now, young man. And for this kind of muscle and shape, it doesn't have the stoutness in the bone, ideally, as some of our upper ends here. But you get on top of this girl, and she's a lady, and she can get out and wheel. And to put it right together, it comes down to a lot of little things for these next ones down just behind it. But she ran into another really good class, and the ones behind him just on soundness and feet and legs. But no, that's a really good Tamworth gilt. Next one out, we got our Shorthorn Plus, or what do we got going on here? It's probably one of the coolest pigs I've seen in a long time. Young lady gets it going pretty good. She didn't know what kind of breed it is either, but I bet you when that one was a baby, you picked it out because of her color. Very cool. Love the elevation and the soundness, and she gets up and goes, but just gives up a little bit of that mass that I'm looking for and that bone and stoutness, and just to move her up any higher in that class. But our next one's down. We just run into a few little things on the rear wheels where they just want to get outside themselves a little bit. Love the top shape in the front third of this pig, but I just want to get the tail set up a little bit, extend that hip, stouten up her mug, but a great job feeding it to this point. Same with this one here. It's just starting to lock up a little bit. It has enough muscle to be where it's at, and these are all class 1 market hogs so far, but we just got to loosen that one up in her legs to move up any higher in this class. Probably one of the stoutest ones in the pen in this entire class, but it just won't get out and drive. Some pigs are like that, and I know you want to get her out and get her float and get her head up, but some of them are just a little slower. But structurally, she just doesn't have that elevation. She does have the reach. Now she's going a little bit. How come you weren't doing that in class? No, I'm just kidding. She's just a little bit bow-legging, and just to move her up anymore, and I want to fix her in her ham loin, right in here where she pinches a little bit, but a ton of muscle in this hog. Very intriguing with a lot of pieces. As a breeder going, man, that's what I want, but then you have to sacrifice some things on the feet and legs sometimes. This guy had the best hole shot coming out of the gate, and he about ran me over, but sometimes that's just how they are. Very sound. We just got to put a little bit more muscle up on that guy and some more feet and legs underneath him to move up anymore here. Round down the bottom of the class here just really got to stretch this one out and get a little more muscle up here in that tail head. And sometimes it's a protein thing on where we're feeding these things. If we got to keep them up at a 18% or more of a show feed ration. But great job, young fella. Can't wait for the next class.
And for our second market class of gilts, our first blue goes to Elliot Gotham. And our second blue goes to Brandon Wicken. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our third market class of gilts is going to be with hogs ranging from 264 to 285 pounds. In the ring, we're going to have Aubrey King, Bentley Wilkowski, Nicholas Frank, Natalie Lazuski, Emery Bull, Isabella Sandy, Anna Bull, and Owen King. On deck should be those in the heavyweight market class of gilts, ranging from 286 to 301 pounds.
You're watching continuing coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show. I'm Farm Director Brian Winnikins from Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. Thank you for watching this morning, not only on our Facebook page, but also our YouTube channel at Duran Broadcasting WRDN, and also on our website, realcountry1430.com. Just go to the video streaming tab. You'll see live video, and you can watch it there as well. Thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board for sponsoring our video streaming service. Also, our fair sponsors include Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Find out more. Visit Compeer.com. Also, Provisions Health of Duran, changing the way you experience healthcare in Duran. Visit provisions.health for more information. And Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. Visit wisconsincu.com. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Please tell them thank you for supporting our broadcasts. Without their help, we wouldn't be here in Chippewa Falls today at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We'll also be having coverage of the beef show tomorrow, the dairy show on Thursday, the livestock auction on Thursday as well. I have to just double check, but we also might even be able to bring you the sheep show later today. But I got to double check on some of that as well, at the exact times and that sort of thing. Those of you watching, well, Duran checking in, Cadot checking in as well. Thank you for watching. Those of you watching on our Facebook live feed, please let us know where you're watching from. We've also had Beaver Dam checking in. And so far, the farthest away from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin is Dillon, Montana. Dillon, Montana. No reports of snow from Dillon, Montana. But again, where are you watching us from? If you're watching us on our Facebook page this morning, we'd love to hear from you. Not mistaken, tomorrow the new Miss Wisconsin will be here on the grounds. We hope to be able to chat with Miss Wisconsin tomorrow as well during the beef show. Also, we'll be talking with Rusty Volk as well later on, either today or tomorrow. He is the outgoing executive director of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. This is his last year as being executive director of the fair board. And so we're going to chat with Rusty a little bit as well here, hopefully either later today or tomorrow during the beef show. By the way, this is the first of 17 shows that we will be video streaming. We will be video streaming the dairy, beef, and swine shows from the Dunn County Fair in Menominee, also the Buffalo Pepin County Fair in Mondovi, and the Pierce County Fair as well in Ellsworth. So, yeah, over the next few weeks, going to be pretty busy, and pretty excited about being able to provide you with these video streams of these shows. Down to our last three here in this class. Class number 3, market class 3, 264 to 285.
We don't have the convenience of like walking out of my hotel room.
Bob, the class we are in is market class number 3. Market class number 3, 264 to 285 pounds. These are all gilts.
We're turning up the heat in this last class here, and 2 power gilts that's how they're supposed to look here. Super clean fronted. Love the skin and hair. But when they get out, with that kind of stoutness and bone. And you get on top of these ladies, and they do not disappoint you. That big old tail root right there where it needs to be, and they track ever so slightly. It's just where you got beat a little bit here today. But she just has that extra punch and a few extra bells and whistles that I just want to take her back home. Unfortunately, this is a terminal fair, but you got to bring a hammer to a gun show sometimes to get her done. And this is one of the better gilts I've seen here today, young lady. And they just had to get in the pen right away just to sort out the bottom end a little bit. But our class winner here, congratulations. We're going to see that one out in the grand drive. Our gilt in second here, not far behind her. It just doesn't have the few extra bells and whistles I'm looking for. Sometimes this is turning into fitting them like a steer sometimes on the hair and the legs and the paint. But those are the little things sometimes that just make the difference. Not saying this gilt doesn't have it at all. Her side view is probably a little bit more of a pretty girl than a power hog, but she's just a ½ rib too long. I love her front end and how clean she is. Did an awesome job feeding her and getting where it needs to be on clipping that front end to make them look a lot cleaner in their jowl. And you get her going out with her head up. She needed to go in the back in the pen right away, but we'll see her in the grand drive. The gilt in third. Good job, bud. Gilt in third was right there. Just ran into a buzzsaw of a class at probably has the most muscle of all three of them right there. Just got out horsed on the feet and legs a little bit. I want to stretch her neck out a little bit, clean up her jowl just a little, but it's deceiving because she's a little short neck but has so much mass. And I love that shunt blade. Just want to pick her up on her front pasterns a little bit, put a little more air in those tires. But when you got that much junk in the truck, it's hard to wheel that bus around and to get out and float like the two ahead of you here. But I commend you on feeding this one, and I bet you when she was a baby, she was just built like a steer and could dance with the barrows. Very high quality hog to be in third place here today. The black gilt right here, I loved it when it came out of the gate. It's not that she can't get her head up. It's a girl thing sometimes. If they want to, you don't know if the pig or the girl's going to show up here today. But when she gets her head up, it's unbelievable. And I love that look, but it's just in that class. Ran a little bit shorter in that hip from her tail to our ham loin. Awesome job on her skin and hair on making a black pig just that cool. She could dance with the steers today, I'm sure. Just want to see her elevate just a little bit and elevate her front shoulder just to bring her up a little bit to drive. But one of the sounder gilts in the top four, it was very tough close. Just trying to sort those top four out right there. But if you got around on her wheels just a little bit more, but I commend you on the job. We'll see you again, I'm sure, with a really good barrel. The next one here is right up there with the heavier muscled pigs in the class. For a down-eared pig, if it's like a Hamp Duroc cross, it's a chubby breed, so they're hard to feed on that jowl. But when it has the look and it has one of the bigger tops in the class as well. By far the hardest class to sort out from top to bottom. And again, this is just my opinion here today. And I'm sure grandmas and grandpas have them sorted a different way from the old school and new school. But the way they're going here right now, and I'm not following the trends, it's just the little things on keeping them clean. I love the muscle and the shape and everything. I just want to burn a little bit of fat off of her, give her a little bigger legs. But again, very tough class to be in right there. And it hurt for me to put you down that low, buddy, believe me. But anyway, good job. Next one out here, this is a really big class in our fighting weight. And this is where they need to be at your county fair in that 260 to 300 range to be at that ideal market size for me here today. So from top to bottom, this whole class is really, really hit me here today as far as that goes. I just want to bring this gilt up a little bit on her front end. Love the design and the look and the stoutness. Clean up her front end a little bit. You can clip them. That is okay to do. It doesn't affect the hog here today at all. Just to help you a little bit down there. Our next one's down here. Just run into a little bit on the feet and legs. You can bring the next two out. On just a stout, and we get out horsed a little bit on the stoutness on the feet and legs. We'll see you in the grand over here. And again, this one just needs to be blown open a little bit more, a little bigger, cleaner on the front end. Good job, young lady. All right, that's fine. I don't blame you. And that's the last one in our class, right? Okay. So I believe we got our grand drive here now, or is there one more class? Okay. Yeah, there is one more class.
And our first blue for this class goes to Aubrey King, and our second blue goes to Owen King. Let's give them a big round of applause. Okay, for our heavyweight market gilt class, the following exhibitors are going to be in the show ring: Marguerite Frank, Brianna Freed, Amara Brenner, Garrett Engel, Brooklyn Willie, Hunter Hilger, Arthur Turk, and Colton Luke.
Again, we're in the heavyweight class, market class number 4 of the gilts, 286 to 301. Congratulations again from our prior class, Aubrey King taking first blue, Owen King taking our second blue. As we continue to watch the 2025 Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show. Brian Winnikins, Farm Director from WRDN Radio in Durand. Thank you for joining us today. Also, boy, and I'm going to have to get my Google Maps out and figure this out. Thank you to Troy.
On deck, I will need our first and second place blues. I will need Millie Berlin and Samantha Gully from Market Class 1B. I will need Elliot Gotham and Brandon Wicken from Market Class 2B. And I will need Aubrey King and Owen King from Market Class 3B.
As we get ready for our championship drive here in these first 4 classes, again, thanks to the folks from Troy, Pennsylvania watching. Ooh, they might be, we'll have to compare them to Dillon, Montana, watching today on our Facebook feed of who's farthest away from Chippewa Falls. We're going to have to figure that out here before we leave this morning. But if you're watching on our Facebook feed, let us know where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you this morning as we continue with today's swine show. Oh, one of them's trying to make a break for it. Well, we have a little more trivia here from the Wisconsin Pork Association. All right, there's only going to be one answer. We don't have multiple guesses here. What is the most popular breed of swine in Wisconsin, known for its mothering ability and white color with erect ears? Again, what is the most popular breed of swine in Wisconsin, known for its mothering ability and white color with erect ears? I'll give you that answer here coming up. Thank you to the Wisconsin Pork Association for providing us some dairy trivia today. And again, those of you watching on our Facebook feed, love to hear from where you're watching from. Let us know. You can drop us a note in the comment section. We've had Durand, Cadott, Beaver Dam, Troy, Pennsylvania, and also Dillon, Montana as well. So we'll try to figure out farthest away from Chippewa Falls watching our video stream today.
Yeah, this is a wow class here. That's what I'm looking for here when they come out. I wish this gilt that would want to win, get out and drive, grab that extra gear for me. And that doesn't matter when you got a hog of this caliber with that kind of stoutness and bone and can put it together with that big old till root right there. So what it comes down to on a few little things between our first, second, and third is just that overall, that look, maybe a little full for me here today at that 300-pound fighting weight, I call it, but still, for that much mass and power, and I can guarantee you get up on top of this hog, and there's a lot going on there for Big Booty Judy. Our second gilt here just has a little extra, want to extend her neck out a little bit and clean up her front end a little. If you can see her on her rear hip, I love the angle on there when you're trying to farrow, but on the breeding show hog side of things, it's just hard to elevate that front end and just draw a line from that till root all the way to that snout. But just a little too compact for me. Want to put a little more air in those front tires, but love the mass and width and dimension on this gilt with the rib shape. And one of the better showmen I've seen here today, and for a very cool blue gilt that I would want to take home too as well. Our gilt in third, our top 5 actually I penned, were really close. This here is our big, studded, rugged power gilt of the class. And just a couple of things to want to move her up. And if you can see her on that ham loin junction where she pinches, I want to level that out right there. But good God, you get behind here and you see these steer legs. There's a lot going on, but we just run into trouble right here. And when you get her head up, just doesn't balance out for me. And want to get her head up just the way I want it to be, like that top pair. But awesome gilt that I wouldn't have guessed coming out of the gate would have been third here today. Our next one out here, also got a gate right away. Love the presence and the balance that she has, really extended in her front end. Love the stoutness and everything about it. Just run into a hammer of a class that just got out horsed a little bit on that top spread, on that muscle pattern right in there. But a very good gilt as well. Tough to be in the top 4. One of our top 2 best showmen I've seen here today as well. Before she even came out of the ring, it was like, holy cow. For that younger generation, they're definitely stepping up and up the game. But that's what I want to see right there. If any other kids saw her and that intention. That gilt just didn't want to grab that gear, though. The next ones coming out are the same. Just a few structural problems that we want to balance out a little bit on their rear wheels. Love the balance and the design. I wish she would grab another gear and want to get up and go. I want to lengthen her out her hip just a little bit in here to move up another spot in class. Really tough class, maybe a little full, but I love the dimension and the rib shape. But it just doesn't match the bone that she doesn't have with her head and her mass and everything else that goes with her. If she had a little bigger legs and foot size with me here today, she would definitely be in the top 2. And our next ones coming out here are also just running into a few structural issues on their front end where they close it up a little bit. Want to spread them back out, a little bit more mass. You just let these next 3 out as well. Our black and white down here gilt here, we just got to get more muscle in her to compete up any taller in the class. And the same with this young gal here, right here. We want to widthen her out a little bit. All in the top 5 showmen right here as well that had that extra determination that I'm looking for. Let's see our last class. Actually, we're in our grand drive now.
just had our heavyweight. Now we're going to go into the champion class. Okay, for our heavyweight market gilt class, our first blue goes to Garrett Engel, and our second blue goes to Brianna Freed. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now comes to our championship gilt round. So you'll see all the first and second blues from the market classes for the gilt classes, and then we will be proceeding to our barrow market classes.
Can you help me?
So the championship drive for the market gilts going on right now, and then we'll get ready for the barrows on the market class as well. Okay, so I checked it out on Google Maps. Dillon, Montana, still in the lead. Farthest away from Chippewa Falls, watching on our Facebook feed this morning. 1,191 miles away. Troy, Pennsylvania, 999 miles away. So Dillon, Montana, so far the farthest away from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair here in Chippewa Falls, watching our swine show today. Thank you to our sponsors as well. They make our video streams possible, including Dunn Energy, your Touchstone Energy partner, Tech, your premier communications and entertainment provider, Sundstrom and Company, your local tax experts, Durand.
Lisa Marie Photography is in the ring. She's hired by the Meet Animal Program to take official photos for the exhibitors and their families. Just letting the exhibitors know we will have her website available on Facebook to be shared to download. And although she's hired, we appreciate her expertise and background she brings to it. We also have other event photographers in the barns as well as throughout the grounds, so we appreciate them, including Amy Wellner and Chris Maleka, who are, I know, in the audience as well as in the barns today. So we give a thank you to those three photographers and those that throughout the week here. We appreciate it.
Again, as we continue to thank our video streaming sponsors, including Sundstrom and Company, your local tax experts, Durand. Call them now for end-of-year tax planning. 715-672-4425 to schedule that appointment. 715-672-4425. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local pioneer and seed and pivot bio dealer, serving the Durand area. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls, where electronic banking is easy. Find out more at sfbank.com. And Alcivia, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Right now, Alcivia is doing their summer fill for propane and also taking contracts for propane as well. Find out more. Visit Alcivia.com. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, or visit their business and tell them thank you for supporting our video streams. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today. Also, thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board as well. They are our sponsor of our video streaming service at our website at realcountry1430.com. Hello to Kermit, Texas. Texas checking in, and welcome to Kermit, Texas. Hopefully,
on deck, we will need our lightweight non-market class A on deck, barrows.
Again, welcome to those of you watching in Kermit, Texas. We have our thoughts and prayers going out to the state of Texas with all of the severe flooding that we have seen over the last few days. I have seen some videos from the river rising, and how fast it rose was just unbelievable. And so our thoughts go out to everyone in the state of Texas. And okay, Mother Nature, you've kind of made your point. You can do this anytime you want. Can you stop with the rain, please? At least, especially in portions of Texas affected by that severe flooding. So we'll have to check now, see how far Kermit, Texas is from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin. Could be our leader right now. The leader, Dillon, Montana, at 1,191 miles away from Chippewa Falls, watching on our Facebook page this morning. Where are you watching from? Let us know. If you're watching on Facebook, let us know in the comments section. After checking on my Google Maps, we have a new leader, Kermit, Texas. 1,352 miles away. If I was to drive it, it would take me 19 hours and 50 minutes. Wow.
Let's give these kids a big round of applause here today. We haven't done that enough. We got 4 extremely good gilts, exactly what I'm looking for here today. From all weights of the spectrum, from lightest to youngest. Our big girl's just wearing down a little bit here right now. Sometimes it's the feed times, sometimes it's the stars or the moon. I wish you luck, buddy, in the future having to deal with women if you could deal with this one today. That's my advice for you. Don't take that the wrong way, please. Just trying to break the tense a little bit. It comes down to a pair of them for me here that just really put everything together what I want. When we're putting it together between these two right here, between the look, the power, the bone, and the stoutness, and they put those foot down exactly where I want them to be. As they get driving with their head up. I commend them that they're out here still dancing where they need to be. Not to pick on them again or talk about them again in class on where they were, my easy class winners. But for overall here today, with my opinion, and I get the mic, which doesn't happen very often because I'm usually not right. Looking forward to the barrel show as well here. But there's one of them here today that just has a few more extra bells and whistles that may surprise you. One is also giving up a little bit here. But our second weight right here is going to be our champion gilt here today. Let's bring out that second place one. We got lucky here. That was a hammer class that I knew would go deep until we get them out here together. Ideally, weight-wise, where we're at on 285 and 264 right in here. But still, when I put it together, it's not just the weight as the tiebreaker. We're going to go 1 and 2 in that class for overall. Congratulations.
And for our market gilt class, our champion is Aubrey King with her 264-pound gilt, and our reserve champion is Owen King with his 285-pound gilt. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now, both those animals will be back for our grand champion round, but we're going to be starting with our barrow market class, and we're going to start with our lightweight class of hogs ranging from 196 to 226 pounds. In this class is going to be Jace Phillips, Madison Seibel, Nathan Gully will have 2 animals, and Ruby Hine and Olive DeWint. On deck is going to be our market class from 230 to 247 pounds.
Again, from our market gilt classes, overall, the champion was Aubrey King. Reserve champion was Owen King. That from the market gilt classes. We're now in the lightweight class for barrows, and then we'll begin our market classes of barrows coming up.
Reminder to the exhibitors who are showing their market animals, which is obviously for this species, all of them. You will need to get your picture taken with Lisa in the back corner here of the Coliseum. She's wearing some multi-hats right now, so if we can wait till showmanship time, she will take individual photos. Those photos will be used in your thank yous to your buyers. So to make sure when time is available, thank you for being patient, thank you for being flexible, but Lisa will take your pictures throughout the day here, if during the showmanship class or after. Again, thank you to our volunteers who are helping out in this Species Pig Show. Jared Hilger being the department lead, representing his employer, Buyers Bar. Then we have many FFA advisors who are out and about in their ring as well as the grounds today, including Mrs. Foster from Chippewa Falls. Bloomer, we have Mrs. Johnson and Mr. Swartz. Chippewa Falls, Mrs. Bergen. Stanley Boyd, Mr. Dunnerbauer. And Cadott, Mr. Becker.
Here we go. We're dancing now. I can tell the little kids are paying attention on the showmanship side of things, especially this one here, and that's not why she won this class, but she's got the best barrow today. Starting out this class, I love the look, determination, the skin and the hair on this one is right there where it needs to be. I wish we were pounds heavier overall, but sometimes they get set back in life or just a little slower growers on where that is now. But a great place to win this class. Give that young lady a round of applause. Not just for winning the class, but on the showmanship side of things. I just want to remind every one of these kids, showmanship starts every time you're in the ring, not just at the end of the day with the smile. So anyway, the girls are on top right now. Sorry, boys, get used to it. Second in this class here right here is just a little bit slower. Nice job on getting her ready here for the show here today. Just doesn't have enough compete. I want to clean them up a little bit maybe on that jowl and then just peel a little bit off. Our third place here. Yep, third place on our Berkepieren barrel. Just pounds lighter, needs more muscle expression. And sometimes for that weight, that comes with time and feed as they mature. So there's sometimes, if we're hand feeding at times, just to keep that gain and that weight, or if they get offset, really sound hog is just coming up down these last couple on, can let these out. Again, running into some structural issues on our feet and legs a little bit. Has nothing to do with the crazy mullet, but we're working on that as well. I'm just getting into that generation, if that's cool. I'm not a cheesy mustache guy either, but some guys can grow a beard in third grade. This guy here with the York barrel here, again, just needs to be blown apart a little bit here and just sound it up on his feet and legs a little bit more just to compete here today on our rear wheels. So can't get a smile out of this guy, but we'll see you again, bud.
And our first blue goes to Madison Seibel, and our second blue goes to Olive DeWint. Let's give them a great big round of applause. Okay, our next class is going to be our hogs weighing from 230 to 247 pounds. And again, this is a barrel class. And in this class is going to be Elsie Berlin, Bentley Wilikowski, Henry Hine, Abigail Sikora, Claire Bowl, Caitlin Lazuski, Garrett Engel, and Lincoln Wilichowski.
That's my favorite last name. Wilczowski. That's my favorite.
Watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show. I'm Farm Director Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio. Thank you for joining us this morning. If you're watching us on our Facebook feed, let us know in the comments section where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you today. So far, Kermit, Texas, the farthest away from Chippewa Falls, 1,352 miles. Then it's Dillon, Montana at 1,191 miles. And also Troy, Pennsylvania at 999 miles. So where are you watching from today? Love to hear from you. If you're watching on Facebook, let us know in the comments section. Also, we are going to have the sheep show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair today. We will be able to do the show. They have new internet here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds here in Chippewa Falls, and it actually is working so well, it will give me the ability to do some of my other station duties, some of my farm news and market duties, that I'll be able to actually stay here, and we'll do the sheep show. So we'll have coverage of the sheep show coming up this afternoon
Emery
at
Bull,
2 o'clock.
We need your hog 1785, weighing 253 pounds on deck, please.
There we go. Great class of barrels here today. Our white barrel that starts out the class might not give you that look from the ringside as you get up on top of this guy. This York barrel actually packs quite a punch. And he gets out and maybe cooperates a little bit. He gets out and gives you that look that I really want. But you get behind that shoulder all the way to that tail head. There's not a perfect hog in this world, folks. So these top three are really close, in my opinion. Let's just get him back and get him a break a little bit, but he just has that look and everything right there that I'm looking for to end this class in second. Just has a little bit more frame size and a little bit more of that look that I'm looking for compared to our barrel in third that maybe has more mass and muscle expression. I just need to get more to this guy to move him up past the York barrel. He does have enough to get there in second and a little sounder on his feet and legs with that extension. Time and feed, this guy could really bulk up and be a man at more of a fighting weight. For today, it's the best he can do is second. The barrel in third definitely has, here again, here's a guy coming out swinging, staring me down, and is going to beat me up out back if I don't pick him. But I commend him on that one, and I give him a high five. That barrel, he showed him where he needed to be. I penned him the first time out of the gate, but he's going to dance with the girls in showmanship, he said. He just doesn't know it. And it's not because of the mullet, but that barrel has the mass that I'm looking for and the muscle expression. I want to stretch them out a little bit more and elevate them as well. The barrel in four, very intriguing class from top to bottom in the top four. Definitely the heaviest muscled pig in the class. For a Burke barrel at this weight, there's a lot going on with this dude. It's just not stretched out enough to really get out and float like I'm looking for. But you get on top of him, and there is a lot going on with him. He just doesn't have enough to compete in the top three as far as that extra soundness and elevation, a little cleaner for a Burke breed, but very good Burke barrel to be in that one. This poor guy had something in his ear, he said, on the way in, so you got to look at him a little glass half full for if it's a bug or a little water in his ear. I just want to stretch out his top a little bit more from the point of his shoulder to his tail head just to flatten him out a little bit. But for as big as a trunk that he has, he definitely picks him up and puts him down where he needs to be. I just need to elevate his top a little bit more and flatten it out and give him a shot more in the front end to give him a little bit more of that look. This guy just is struggling getting around the ring a little bit here to there. has gotten to where he needs to be as far as the growth and everything. Sometimes if it's just a structural thing or if he maybe slipped on the scale, but where he ended up here today. Our next one's coming down, have the frame and the growth and everything I'm looking for, just are getting beat on mass and power and that dimension on top. But love the growth and the basic fundamentals of a hog show here today. Good job, bud. Anyway, he's not real happy with me right now. I don't blame him. Duroc barrel here today. It's a breed of my heart. We just got to get a little more punch to this guy to dance with the crossbreds up at this time of the game. And are rounding out the class. Just runs out of horsepower and mass and muscle to compete. So, again, a great class, and give the kids a round of applause.
And our first blue of our first class from Market Barrows goes to Elsie Berlin, and our second blue goes to Caitlin Lazuski. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our next Market Barrow class is going to be hogs weighing from 251 to 261 pounds. Exhibitors in the class is going to be Emmett Anderson, Aubrey King, Dylan Phillips, Emery Bull, Jace Phillips, Michael Meyer, Tim Keneally, Margaret Bull, and Casey Nelson. On deck will be those in the market class with hogs weighing from 257 to 280 pounds. I would like to take a second to recognize some of our sponsors of this show. So we have AMPI, Close Farms, Touch of Home AFC, LeGrander's Cheese, Royal Credit Union, and Steeltown. Make sure to thank representatives whenever you go to those local businesses. And let's watch this class.
Once again, good morning. I'm Brian Winnikins, Farm Director from WRDN Radio, as we continue with our swine show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We're in Class 2 of the Market Barrows, Class 2, 251 pounds to 261 pounds. From Class 1, Elsie Berlin took first blue, second blue, Caitlin Lazuski as well. So congratulations to them. Again, we are in Class 2 of our Market Barrows. Thank you to our video streaming sponsors, including Compeer Financial, a member-owned farm credit cooperative serving and supporting agriculture in rural communities. Visit Compeer.com for more information. Numbers R Us, your daily money managers. Durand, Rhonda can help you out with all daily money management needs. Also protect your family from fraud as well. Find out how Rhonda can help you. She's insured and bonded. Visit her online at numbersrs.com, or you can visit Rhonda as well on her Facebook page. Pierce Pepin Cooperative Services, your Touchstone Energy partner, 24/7 in West Wisconsin Telecom, building smart fiber optic communities and homes from the ground up. Find out more. Visit wwt.coop. Provisions Health, Durand, changing the way you experience healthcare. Find out more at provisions.health. And Wisconsin Credit Union, serving members for over 80 years. We belong to you. Visit wisconsincu.org for more information. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business, and tell them thank you for supporting our video streaming from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Without their help, we wouldn't be here today. Also, please say a special thank you as well to the members of the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Wisconsin Soybean Farmers. They are our sponsor of our video streaming service at realcountry1430.com. And thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board for that. Okay, some more trivia from the Wisconsin Pork Association. This is a multiple guess. Multiple guess. How many piglets does a sow usually have in one litter? How many piglets does a sow usually have in one litter? Is it from 3 to 7, 13 to 17, 17 to 21, or 8 to 12? We'll give you that answer here coming up. And a reminder, you can listen to WRDN Monday through Friday for all of your farm news and market information. We kick it off every Monday through Friday morning from 5 to 7 a.m. with the WRDN Morning Farm Report. We have farm news, farm markets, dairy news as well, and more, along with some great classic country music. Hourly market updates at about 35 past the hour during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours. Our noon farm show is starting at about 12:25 with an update on our midday markets, farm news and issues as well with Agriculture America. Then from 1 until 3, Chip Fleury is in with AgriTalk. 2 straight hours of talking about news and issues not only affecting rural America, but also the farm markets as well. And then from 3 until 4, Jesse Allen comes in with more issues affecting rural America with America on Agriculture. During the 4 o'clock hour, we have Market Wrap with Susan Littlefield. She talks with some of the market analysts from around the country to get the day's news that affected the markets, plus Mike Pearson in with the Farm Progress America as well. The Farms radio station is Real Country 1430 AM and 107.3 FM WRDN. And you can always listen online at our website, right through the player on the website. Or if you have a smartphone, you can download the Live 365 app. Download the Live 365 app. And you can also do a search for WRDN and listen that way. During the weekends, we do have coverage of NASCAR, both Xfinity and the NASCAR Cup Series as well. So take a listen. You can check that out again at our website at realcountry1430.com or download the Live 365 app and just do a search for WRDN. And those of you watching today on our Facebook page, let us know in the comments section where you're watching from. We'd love to hear from you today. So far, the furthest distance from Chippewa Falls is from Kermit, Texas. 1,352 miles away. So let us know in the comments section where you're watching us from today.
Good class here. I'm not trying to wear out, but it's pretty close here in the top 2, and that's why I haven't placed them yet. It's not to make it a game time decision, but yet it is in that way. It's just coming down to a couple little things if this guy can keep it together. But you get on top of these guys, and there is a lot of man going on here from that blade all the way back. And today this guy just keeps it together for me, so he's going to go first. Nice job, bud. He's the last guy standing in the demolition derby. That's how it rolls here today in Chippewa. Our barrow in second, he just ran out of gas on me here, and he's starting to get around on those rear wheels. I commend you for trying to get him to this point. There's a ton of... Get him back so he doesn't wear him down. A ton of value in that hog. The gland is just starting to go. It doesn't affect his show or anything like that. Not sure if it's a feed thing that he's just overworked or sometimes the electrolytes or the breed, if it's a stress positive or negative. But when it comes down to game time and going head to head against a barrel that caliber, he's got to go third or second. The young lady in third here just was hanging with the boys for a long time, kept everything together, and just had to get ahead of the ones down below that just either had a little bit more of this or a little less of that. And there's a lot more on top of this hog if you get up on top of him than it looks like from the side. He does have a little extra cover on him, but that's a York thing. But for him getting close to that fighting weight, he kept it all together pretty good. Love the skin and hair. But it just wasn't enough to get ahead of the two big guys here today for right there. So commend you on the skin and the hair and a great job on that York barrel, getting him where he needs to be. Our next young man here is not going to be happy getting fourth here. But again, it's hard to say if some of these might be litter mates on the York appearing breed side of things. Just gets out powdered with that skull and a little extra top shape and a little extra bone and stoutness. But for me, he was just a little bit leaner versus the next one coming down that just had a little bit more cover for me, a little shorter strided, but yet probably has the most definition up on that top shape. You probably outfit him as far as your clipping and skin and hair a little bit. From the ringside, you might not see it, but a tremendous amount of muscle and shape on that barrel and his friend. Just not enough to move up any higher. This guy did have a little bit more cover on here for me today, and sometimes you just got to get him off that feeder and wear some whips out in the front yard to fine-tune that muscle shape and maybe stop chasing girls and playing baseball and walk him just a little bit more to get him into shape. But I don't know, I have any experience with boys, so don't ask me for advice. But sometimes you just got to wear them whips out sometimes. The next barrel here, just want to strengthen his spine and jack him up a little bit in his front end and stretch him out a little bit more to compete any higher. It's just where he needs to be. And then down these last two, just a few more little extra structural issues, not to move up any here today, but a great set of class barrels here today, and look forward to the next class here. Give them all a round of applause.
Hey, are you writing quality grades down?
No. Mostly Eric talked to him about it. I didn't hear what the final decision was, but it was mentioned.
Okay.
So I'm going to run through this.
And our first blue for our class of market barrels from 251 to 261 pounds goes to Timothy Keneally. And our second blue goes to Michael Meyer. Let's give these folks a round of applause. Our upcoming class that will be in the show ring is going to be from 257 to 280 pound hogs. And in this class, we're going to have Timothy Keneally, Natalie Lazuski, Gabe Domes, Marguerite Frank, Harper Nelson, Wyatt Wellner, Owen King, Brandon Wicken, Isabella Sandy, Elsie Berlin, and Olivia Overgaard.
So again, from our market class in first market class, or class number 2 rather, 251 to 261, Timothy Keneally is first blue. Michael Meyer is second blue. We're in class number 3 now with our market class sparrows, and that's 257 to 280 pounds. All right, a couple of trivia questions that we have to give you answers to. First one was, what's the most popular breed of swine in Wisconsin, known for its mothering ability and white color with erect ears? That's the Yorkshire. And how many piglets does a sow usually have in one litter? Our answers were either 3 to 7, 13 to 17, 17 to 21, or 8 to 12. And the answer, 8 to 12. Thank you to the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board as well, or the Wisconsin Pork Association, rather, for giving us some Wisconsin pork trivia today. And a reminder, we will have coverage of the Sheep Show later this afternoon from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair, with our coverage beginning at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. We'll have it on our YouTube channel, our Facebook page, and also on our website at realcountry1430.com.
Olivia Overgaard and Eva Nelson, we need your hogs on deck. Olivia hog 1718 and Eva hog 1790.
Those of you watching on our Facebook page this morning, let us know where you're watching from. Love to hear from you. You can put that in the comments section. We've had Beaver Dam, Durand, Cadott, and also some out-of-state folks as well. We're going to find out farthest away from Chippewa Falls, Wisconsin, watching today. So far, Kermit, Texas, leading the way, 1,352 miles. Second was Dillon, Montana, at 1,191 miles, and then Troy, Pennsylvania, at 999 miles. So let us know where you're watching from in our comment section today on our Facebook page. Tomorrow we'll have the beef show. And that'll be starting at about 9 o'clock as well. Thursday, it's the dairy show. That's in the morning, and then in the afternoon, Thursday evening, we'll have the livestock auction as well from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair.
In addition to the AA teachers as well as our department leaders to the Junior Open Fair, we have several wonderful helpers that are outside the ring as well as inside the ring, who include some older of our junior exhibitors as well as dads and mentors. These people are irreplaceable and greatly appreciated, with the encouragement happening behind the scenes as well as the logistics getting the pigs in. So if we can just give a warm round of applause to the extra helpers who are needed and appreciated, it's appreciated big time.
Awesome set of barrels here we got in this. Definitely turning up the heat for a barrel that I'm looking for. These top two are very close to my mind, but this guy just, you can see the elevation and that look and that extra stoutness in his shoulder. He gets his nose up and he looks like he wants this place bad. And he puts it all together from his rear wheels. Commend you job keeping him together. That's a lot of hog going on. Can't wait to see him in the Grand Drive. Congratulations. Barrel in second. Has the look and the muscle shape that I'm looking for to compete against this other one on here. There's a lot more on top of this hog than you think than it is from the side view here. It's really close between second and third here. Love the color and the look and the bone and the stoutness of this guy. You'll be right there in a hammer class. Congratulations. The barrel in three. There we go. The white, blue, speckled nose one just gets outpowered in a hammer class a little bit with just pure stoutness and his mug. Want to peel a little bit off of his top. He's got a lot of muscle packed in there. Again, from this view up on top, it's what it comes down to me on those little things besides just that side view that most of you can see here. But you get on top of these hogs and they are doing an extremely good job on feeding and keeping it all together to be at the top of the class on their feet and legs. Again, another really good barrel, York-European barrel that is, I love the big crisp loin edge in him. It just doesn't have the stoutness that I'm looking for to get up on the top end of the class. It's really close between him and the one ahead of him. Just got down to a few things on his rear wheels and be able to get around. Nice job, young lady. The next one coming out here might be litter mates. There's a lot of white hogs in this, but it doesn't matter to me as far as the color. Originally wasn't penned right away in the group and then had to come back for the top five just because of that extra muscle and shape that I'm looking for here today, but just does not have that extra that I'm looking for to get with those X ones. So again, you can bring out these next three, and I'll talk each one of them in respect to their time. Just want to add a little bit more muscle to this one, clean up his gland a little bit. Love the elevation and the look. This guy has a lot of it put together, just needs to be leveled out and sounder on his feet and legs and jacked up a little bit, but really close. And it's so hard as a breeder to put everything together into one hog. And they are that close, and it's just a matter of how things feed with time to keep everything together. Another one that's very close, it just gets out horsed a little bit on the stoutness that I'm looking for in the muscle shape. We'll take a little bit off of him. I don't blame him. He's mad at me too. So again, I commend this class. Great job, and look forward to the next one. Let's give them all a round of applause.
And for our barrel class of hogs weighing from 257 to 280 pounds, our first winner is going to be Owen King, and our second place is going to be Wyatt Wellner. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our fourth class of market barrows is going to weigh anywhere between 281 to 288 pounds. And in the ring will be Stanley Lang, Olivia Overgaard, Madison Seibel, Nicholas Frank, Brianna Freed, Elliot Gotham, Kelvin Willi, Morgan Hilger, Eva Nelson, and Landon Stark. And I would like to take a time to recognize some of our sponsors. Freeze Financial, Oberholzer Auctions, Fireworks Liquidators, Hoof and Paw, Jacobson's Lakeside Liquor, Mondovi Veterinary Service, and H&R Electric. Make sure to thank those folks if you're out at their businesses or you see them at the fair this year.
And you're watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show today. Congratulations again to Owen King and Wyatt Wellner. Owen King winning first blue, Wyatt Wellner the second blue. We're in Class 4 of our market barrels, 281 to 288 pounds. Joining us right now, Northern Wisconsin State Fair Executive Director Rusty Volk. And this is his last fair. And Rusty, while it hasn't officially opened, boy, this couldn't ask for a better day to start with the hogs and sheep.
Oh, this is a beautiful day. The weather is just perfect out there. Humidity is down, and a little breeze going on. And yet, within the Custer Coliseum, it's air conditioned, so they don't really see that. But even outside, the barns are in great shape. Everything's setting up really good for the entire fair. You know, this is basically the day before the fair opens, and yet we have so many animals that we have to get them judged prior to it. Whatever the schedule works. Everything's going great, though. The weather's going to be great all week long. So if you're in the area, sneak up to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Check it out.
Just wondering, is there any way the Custer Coliseum can be put on wheels so I can take it with me to the other fairs I have to go to? Because it would really, be really nice. This is perfect. I got the crow's nest, the whole deal.
Yeah, that's a great idea, Brian.
You could rent it out.
Yeah, exactly. So here's what you need to do. You need to find me some donor. You need to find me a donor. I would probably need about $2 million. That's about.
Do you think just to put it on the trailer? I mean, what about the trailer for this? This is kind of big to lift up and move, though.
Well, for about $2 million, I think we could figure something out to put it on some big wheels. So, we'll figure something out for you. You know me. How else do you think I built this place? It's all about money.
Oh, well, there we go. Let's see if if I would. Might not be laughing if I somehow got lucky, won the Powerball, and said, okay, remember that deal? I need you to make this movable now. And you'd be like, seriously, Brian, really? I mean, I don't know how you get the concrete floor up and take it all with on a trailer.
You got AI can probably figure something out. And they got these automatic things, that put up walls and everything, and put it on top of some big wheels. Maybe you got to put it on the railroad or something like that. I don't know. But, hey, it's open. I'm open for it.
So as a kid, did you have a chance to do stuff like this?
No, sadly I did not. I'm a North Dakota native, and we did not have a lot of hogs out in North Dakota. And actually, I was only to one 4-H fair when I was in North Dakota, which was in Carson at the county seat. And I wasn't able to do that. So I was into equestrian horses. I broke horses, rode the rodeos and stuff like that is what I did. But, yes, this is awesome where the younger kids can really hone their skills on animal husbandry and really how to work with an animal to get it to do what you want it to do. That's so cool.
It is, and really having, with all of the new things here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fairgrounds that you've been working on for so many years, this really does make it special for the kids, too.
Absolutely, absolutely. The old saying is, why do you go to the fair? And sometimes when the basic populace goes to the fair, the urban people, when they go to the fair, they don't think of this. They don't think of what the animals are and how much time these kids put into it. And so I think it's a great time to kind of switch that to say, no, I'm not just coming for the concert. Maybe I'm not just coming for the carnival rides, but I want to see the kids. I want to see the animals. The impact of those kids that have never been up close to an animal, they can come to the fair and get up close to the animals. That impact lasts forever. It really, really does.
Ken, if you do have a chance to come out for the rest of the week, come on out and join us here at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. We continue on with the Hog Show. It's we're in Market Barrow Market Class 4, 281 to 288. And a reminder, we will do the Sheep Show today. We will have coverage of the Sheep Show today starting at 2 o'clock.
tremendous set of barrels here we have on this top end. 3 barrels that exactly what I'm looking for. Just one has to win today, just on just having all the man pieces, not just from that side view and that look. Besides his attitude, not all women are this way with the stars and moon. Some guys are like that too. I can't explain it, but he has all the pieces. Don't take it the wrong way. Sometimes things come out of my mouth I don't mean. But skin and hair point, he is 12 o'clock today. He puts up his ginormous steer feet here on just everything that I'm looking for right there. I just had to pick on him a little bit with the proportion-wise on his ham loin fitting in with that big of a top from his shoulder blade back, and pick him up a little bit on his front end, but tremendous barrel to start this class with. Had he asked this young man in second, is he a little mate to his guilt? And he said, yeah, with that off-belt side, tremendous amount of power up on top of that dude. And he just closes up a little bit from behind for having that big of a pin set. But it's an extremely heavy, a lot of competition in this class, young men, that ran into a buzzball. I'm going to see him in the grand drive, so be ready to bring him back. This blue barrel right now, love the look and the elevation. Just starting to tighten up for me a little bit at this point of the game, and that's just some things that bigger guys do. Congratulations, young lady. Skin and hair, one of the top 3 I've seen all day. Just again, for that much top shape, keeping everything together from the ground right there. Tremendous barrel. Just starting to tighten up a little bit for me. This barrel from the side view gives you that look and that hairy mammoth that a lot of us are going to. A little bit of a wavy mullet look, but when you get on top of him, I want to strengthen his spine a little bit. You can just let him out if you want. But no, he's blended perfect from his top head. I just want to strengthen that spine just a little bit, ever so slightly, and coming and going to spread him apart a little bit more, and he would be in our top end with our top 2 barrels. I just need a little more extra base width, but he has the man pieces that I'm looking for a white hog. Really like that dude. And it's just one of those classes. But I can tell you, before they let every one of these out, these last 2 classes, they're staring me down like they're getting hungry and they want to dance here. So I love talking about these guys. This guy stayed out for a reason. He just kept it together for the demolition derby. There's a tremendous amount of muscle in this guy up high. I wish I'd put a little bit more stoutness in his features and his feet and legs, but tremendous barrel to be down the line here. Our next 2 out are really similar as far as their design. I want to bring them up on their feet and legs a little bit that are just starting to go down on their tires. Put a little more air in those tires and get him up on his pastures, and we can move him up. But tremendous amount of muscle, tremendous to the breeders that put these hogs together. I know how hard it is to do everything, but just missing a few little things to move up in class. Same with this next barrel here. I just want to peel a little bit off of him, clean off his jowl, get him up on his front feet a little bit, and straighten out those rear hocks. So these last 2, 3 rounding out a really big class of barrels at this fighting weight that knew it was going to be a struggle to sort through. So I was able to find the ones that I really liked to keep out here. And this bottom end, it's hard. When you get up on top of them, it comes down to a few little things on the feet and legs just going in for having that much up on high. It's just you need that base width to keep it together. And that's the only view that you can really see. Nice job. That just separates these. And it's hard to do as a breeder, again, is just getting that base width to match that top shape, but then just clean them up just a little bit. Tremendous class. I look forward to seeing the next one. And these pigs just getting better, and the kids are staring me down, and I can't wait for showmanship in the end. I'm going to have to start my truck so I can run pretty fast.
The first blue for the market class of barrows for hogs ranging from 281 to 288 pounds goes to Morgan Hilger, and the second blue goes to Elliot Gotham. Let's give them a big round of applause. Our final barrel class, our heavyweight class, is going to be hogs ranging from 289 to 316 pounds. In this class, exhibiting will be Michael Meyer, Amara Brenner, Morgan Hilger, Blake Sikora, Clay Hilger, Millie Berlin, Brooklyn Willi, Chester Lang, Whitney Gotham, Cassie Luke, and Emmett Anderson. And those that have first and second blues for the barrows should be getting their animals ready to go and making their way.
Watching coverage of the Northern Wisconsin State Fair Swine Show this morning. I'm Farm Director Brian Winnikins from WRDN Radio. Thank you for joining us this morning. Again, from Class 4 of our market barrels, 281 to 288 pounds. Morgan Hilger takes first blue. Second blue, Elliott Gotham. We're in our final class of market barrows as well. That's our heavyweight class, 289 to 316 pounds. Then those of you watching us on our Facebook feed this morning.
On deck, I'll need our first and second place blue barrows. So in Class 1A, I'll need Elsie Berlin and Caitlin Luzuski. In Class 2, I will need Timothy Keneally and Michael Mayer. In Class 3, I will need Owen King and Wyatt Wellner. And in Class 4, I'll need Elliott Gotham and Morgan Hilger.
Again, those of you watching on our Facebook page, boy, we'd love to hear from you this morning. Put it in the comment section where you're watching us from. We'd love to hear from you this morning. We've had local folks, Durand, Cadott, Beaver Dam in southeast Wisconsin, also Troy, Pennsylvania, Dillon, Montana, and the furthest away, 1,352 miles away, Kermit, Texas. So let us know in the comments section. We'd love to hear from you this morning if you're watching on our Facebook page. And be listening to WRDN throughout the day for the latest farm news and markets, Monday through Friday. We kick things off every morning from 5 to 7 a.m. with the WRDN Morning Farm Report. We have farm news, farm markets, also dairy news with Dairy Radio Now. Mike Pearson in with Farm Progress America, ag weather as well, and some great classic country music too. Then at the bottom of the hour during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours at about 9 or about 30 to 35 past the hour during the 9, 10, and 11 o'clock hours, we have hourly market updates. Our noon farm show starts at about 12:25 after our local news and sports visit, and we have midday market updates. Also news and also Agriculture America and ag weather forecast. From 1 until 3, Chip Flory is in with AgriTalk. And the latest news and issues affecting rural America and the farm markets, that runs from 1 till 3. From 3 till 4, Jesse Allen is in with Agriculture on America. And that's more news and issues from rural America. During the 4 o'clock hour, after our 4 o'clock local news update, at about 4:25, Susan Littlefield is in with Market Wrap. Susan talks with market analysts from around the country, get the latest news and issues that affected the farm markets for the day. Plus, we have Mike Pearson in as well with the latest news with Farm Progress America. You can listen to WRDN online as well at our website at realcountry1430.com. The player's right there on the page. Or if you have a smartphone, you can also download the Live 365 app. And just do a search for WRDN, and you'll make it your favorites on the Live 365 app, and you can listen to us anytime. We also have NASCAR races on the weekends with the Xfinity Series and the NASCAR Cup Series. And if you even like polka music, we have It's Polka Time with Craig Ebel every Saturday morning from 8 until 10. The Farms radio station is Real Country 1430 AM stereo, WRDN, and 107.3 FM. Welcome to Jim Falls this morning, right along the Chippewa River. AMPI, of course, has a big plant over in the Jim Falls area. Again, if you're watching on our Facebook feed this morning, we'd love to hear from where you're watching us from. Let us know in the comments section. Again, furthest away from Chippewa Falls so far today, Kermit, Texas, 1,352 miles away. Looks like we're getting set for this final class to get our results. We will have coverage of the Sheep Show as well from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair this afternoon, starting at 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock is when our coverage will begin.
Great set of barrels here we have again. Top two here, it's a no-brainer for me here. The man that has to win is this blue barrel right out in the middle that just puts everything together. And you get behind this guy, it is insane. I haven't seen many steers with a caboose like this, but yet can walk. And I question myself as a breeder sometime going, that's a lot going on here. I need to know who this one's out of and how they made that pig to put everything together. But yet he's fresh in his kind enough for me. Would love to clean him up a little bit when you have that much going on. You can't keep everything together to keep it where it is. The troublemaker in the class here is number 2. Love the front end of him. If we could strengthen that spine from his shoulder back to his tail root, he would definitely be a contender right there. Very clean fronted hog that gets out and drives when he wants to. He just doesn't have that gear for me here today that I'm looking for to I call it game speed, to want to dance with the big boys here that we're starting to get to, or the big girls, I should say. Barrow in third, that's coming out as we get down another extremely tough class. This guy didn't make the gate right away, but had to go back in the pen to be right there. When it comes back out, and it wasn't on skin and hair. Some of them are just finer skin and finer haired. He bows a little bit on his legs, a little rounder in his muscle shape. Would like the Christmas top, clean up his front end if you want to move up any higher. But again, a little bit more yard time and a little bit more on the skin and hair, and we could dance with these two right here in front of me. The next pair is very intriguing, and I had to ask because they're litter mates for Tamworths to be right here dancing with the crossbreds. These are some really good Tamworths. And you get on top of these as well, and that tremendous amount of muscles for a heritage breed to go from top and bottom. Congratulations, not just for beating your brother, but for having a better hog today. If they are brothers or sisters or not, they can sort that out later. This guy's just a little bit chubbier, but tremendous amount of muscle on top of him to be a Tamworth influenced barrel of that class. And then from here on down, we got to make some decisions. Do we want to keep him sound, keep him complete, a little fatter, a little leaner? This guy just has a lot more total package for me. He doesn't have the best wheels for me today. Tremendous amount of muscle up on top into that big old rear end. I want to jack him up on his frame where he gets beat down the line, but he's got more muscle and stoutness that has to be up above this next bottom side. And that's where these just run out. Love the growth in the frame and the elevation that they have. We just got to stouten them up. But compliments to the breeders to get them here on weight. A lot of them on the top end of the class struggle with that growth to keep everything together. These are my kind that are going to be easy feeders. If it's a great project, every one of these kids has different goals. If it's our county fair, state fair, and just bringing one here to show and to sell, I totally respect that as well. But to get them here on weight is a lot of work. So good job to these. Tremendous effort on all the parts. And we're looking forward to the grand drive here. So, and showmanship. And I'm going to start the truck.
That's fine. Absolutely not. Okay, for our heavyweight class, first place is going to go to Morgan Hilger, and second place is going to go to Clay Hilger. Let's give them a big round of applause. Now, as we enter into our champion and reserve champion class for our barrows, I would like the champion and reserve champion gilts to get their animals prepped and ready to go because they'll be brought in back for our grand champion class.
Again, congratulations in Class 4 of the Barrows, 289 to 316. Morgan Hilger, first blue. Clay Hilger, second blue. We'll now do our championship of the Market Barrows, and then grand champion overall between the Market Barrows and Market Gilts coming up.
Yeah, I can do that. Yep, I got them right here.
Then after the grand champion is selected, that's when we step away, and we will be back later this afternoon at about 2 o'clock for the sheep show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. And thank you to our Northern Wisconsin State Fair video stream sponsors, including the Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board. They are our sponsor of our video streaming service at our website. Also, thank you to Alcivia, a leading member.
As we enter into the champion class, we are going to have, I'm going to announce the weights and the exhibitors. So we will have Elsie Berlin, and her animal weighs 230 pounds. And we're going to have Caitlin Lazewski, and her animal weighs 236 pounds. For our lightweight class, Madison Seibel, her first blue weighs 210. And Olive DeWint, for her second blue, weighs 226. Moving on to the next class representing Timothy Keneally's hog weighs 257. And Michael Myers weighs 256 for second blue. And the next class up, we have Owen King's hog weighing 271 pounds and Wyatt Wellner's weighing 270 pounds. And the next class, we have Morgan Hilger's weighing 286 pounds and Elliot Gotham's weighing 285 pounds. And for our final class, our first blue weighed 293 pounds, and our second, so that was exhibited by Morgan Hilger, and our second blue, exhibited by Clay Hilger, weighed 295 pounds.
So again, championship round for the Market
and
Barrows.
A reminder, and anything that is not market eligible, so less than 230 pounds, will not be coming out for our champion drive.
Again, thank you to our streaming video sponsors from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Again, Wisconsin Soybean Marketing Board, Alcivia, a leading member-owned agriculture fuel cooperative serving Wisconsin, Minnesota, and Illinois. Alcivia is offering the Farm Commodity Pickup Program, where Alcivia will come during harvest. Right now, they're getting ready for the wheat harvests. As part of their price bids, it will include pickup from the farm. Find out more, visit alcivia.com. Security Financial Bank, Durand, River Falls, Eau Claire, Ladysmith, Bloomer, and Black River Falls, where electronic banking is easy. Visit sfbank.com. Bauer Seeds and Service, your local Pioneer Seed and Pivot Bio dealer serving the Durand area. Visit BauerSeedsandService.com for more information. Sundstrom and Company, your local tax experts. Call them now for end-of-year tax planning. You can call them at 715-672-4425. 715-672-4425 to schedule that appointment. NTech, your premier communications and entertainment provider. And Dunn Energy, your Touchstone energy partner. Please thank all of our sponsors. Give them a call, drop them an email, visit their business. Tell them thank you for supporting our video streams from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Again, without their support, we would not be here today. So please thank all of our sponsors for their support of our video streams. Again, this is the champion round for the Market Barrows. Then we'll have grand champion here coming up.
Here we go. We're dancing now. Grand Drive, Chippewa County Fair. What do you think? Give these kids a round of applause. Yeah, I like what I see. It's exactly what I came here for. And keep it from the basics. I wish I was going to have both of my daughters or one of them come here. One got her wisdom teeth out yesterday, and the other one got sick a lot. So it's been very peaceful in the rake house. But I just don't want to bring them along to say I did. But I do respect their opinion, and we disagree a lot every day. And when it comes down to a lot of little things, it sorts out these top pair. That I really think it comes down to a two-man race is just that the overall soundness. And feet and legs when you're on the big stage or a little stage or a county fair. And we've been beat by show ponies, we've been beat by power hogs, but when you put check all the boxes that keep everything together, and we're not here to wear these pigs out, and I don't want to talk about them in class, but the lighter ones, I really like them for the respective weight, and I commend them for getting them there. We just got to get them up to a little bit more next year and another day. Our big guy here, there's not a perfect hog in this class or in the world. You can pick on every one of them, and if it's more of this, more of that, but then it's like, holy cow, there is a lot going on here. Wish you would keep it together a little bit more for me. This guy here, you want to talk about just a cool dude that just puts everything together as well with that look, that design, the elevation. Does he have enough bone and stoutness? Yes. Does he check all the other boxes as far as muscle and rib shape? I wish he was a little bit bigger in his rib shape, coming and going away from me. I don't mean to wear these hogs out here. I just want to talk them real quick. And this guy here is a tremendous class as well that could go 2 or 3 deep. And you talk about all the man pieces on just like the blue barrel. That puts it all together. Just wish he tied together a little bit more in that ham loin. So again, I picked on every single one of these pigs, but for me to have the mic and decide on which one just puts it together, it's quite an honor to be here. I'm going to drag it out a little bit more, but I'm not. Anyway, coolest guy in Chippewa County is right here. That barrel just put the elevation, and he put every foot in step. He's not locking up, and in fact, he's getting better as we bring out that second place barrel in that drive. That was a tremendous class, but he just kept it together for me, and that's what it takes to win in a demolition derby. He was outpowered, yes, but he had a little bit more of everything else, and I can't wait to see him come back out against that gilt. For me, for reserve, it wasn't even close. It was closer than you think for the top 2. Not to talk about these in class again. I want to change a few things on the rear wheels, but our reserve barrel, Chippewa County 2025, is this young barrel right here. Good job. Right there. I better get a mic back here because I can't shut it off, and I might not get it back again.
For our championship barrel class, our champion is going to be Owen King with his 271-pound barrel, and our reserve champion is going to be Morgan Hilger with her 293-pound barrel. Let's give them both a big round of applause. Now, in our grand champion class, we're going to be bringing back our champion gilt and our reserve champion gilt. So Aubrey King and Owen King will be bringing back theirs. And our recently announced champion barrel from Owen King and our reserve champion from Morgan Hilger will be coming out in the show ring.
So it's the grand champion time.
It
for all
will
the
be a
marbles.
couple-minute break for this, and then I'm going to announce the showmanship class. So for our first showmanship class, we actually will be starting with our senior class for showmanship. So senior showmen should be getting ready. Our second class will be our intermediate, and then our last class of showmanship will be our beginner. Okay.
Sorry, I don't mean to be
Yeah, I'm just doing what you tell me, Jackie. Okay, for our Heat 1 for senior showmanship, that should be ready to go, is Claire Bull, Gabe Domes, Garrett Engel, Nicholas Frank, Elliot Gotham, Whitney Gotham, Nathan Gully, Ruby Hine, Hunter Hilger, Morgan Hilger, Owen King, and Chester Lang.
So again, we're getting ready for the naming of our grand and reserve champion here of the Swine Show at the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Then we will be stepping away, and we will be back at 2 o'clock for the Sheep Show here from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. So again, we're going to do grand champion here with the Hogs. Then we'll step away, and we'll be back at 2 o'clock this afternoon. Again, if you're watching on our Facebook page, let us know where you're watching from in the comments section here as we wrap things up. Love to hear from you. So far, Kermit, Texas, the furthest away, 1,352 miles. Also, we've had folks from Dillon, Montana, Troy, Pennsylvania, Jim Falls, Cadott, also Durand area as well, Beaver Dam. So let us know where you're watching us from today. As we're getting everything set for the naming of the grand and reserve champion in the Swine Show today. All right, we'll give you one more trivia question here while we wait from the Wisconsin Pork Association. Which pork cut is often used to make pulled pork sandwiches? Which pork cut is often used to make pulled pork sandwiches? Is it pork tenderloin, pork belly, pork shoulder or butt, or pork shank? Which one of those? We'll give you the answer here in just a moment. Let you think about that. Tomorrow we'll have the beef show with coverage beginning at about 9 o'clock tomorrow morning from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. Looking forward to that. Dairy shows on Thursday morning, and then the livestock auction Thursday evening. And we'll have streaming coverage of all of those shows. And then our next stop after that will be the Dunn County Fair, followed by the Buffalo Pepin County Fair, and then the Pierce County Fair to wrap up our fair season.
So a slight change of plans. We're going to start senior showmanship at noon. So I repeat, we're going to start senior showmanship at noon.
While we're waiting for a couple of these to cool down a little bit, in all fairness and showmanship, wanted me to toot my horn a little bit. So my name is Tim Rake. I have a family down in Lodi, Wisconsin. We've been raising hogs my entire life on the purebred side of things, production-wise, boars, gilts, and then fell in love with a girl from Lodi, 2 girls later, yada, yada. That's what they want to do. And that's what we decided as a family that they wanted to do. And this junior livestock thing is just growing all over the country. So I'm blessed to work with them every day of my life, and I love my job. I love my people. That's what we are and why we're here. Some kids are in sports, and some kids are in livestock. Some are just smart like their mom, I thank God every day. But today we're here for a livestock show, and this is just growing, and I absolutely love it. I mean, the facilities and the support that you have here in Chippewa is why I do this. So I get very passionate about what I do and the kids I work with and the families, but keep things as level on the playing field, being non-political, which is extremely hard to do in the cattle, sheep, goats, any division that you ever do in life, just politics in general. But anyway, most of these senior showmen are here in the Grand Drive, and there's a lot of little kids watching you. And we're going to start with the senior showmanship for many reasons. Some of you have the experience, but we're all here to learn. I'm still here to learn. How we're feeding pigs today, how they're genetically put together, the people that we work with, the people that you trust. But the biggest thing that you're going to be going on in life is surrounding yourself with good people. And if you can trust that and get rid of all of the political side of things, it just gets weird and uncomfortable. Be friends with your enemies. We have a lot of goals every day, and our number one goal is showmanship. And they're looking at you guys to do that. But I can tell you, there's some little kids, if we had to do an overall, they're coming for you because they get better. And it scares me, but yet I'm excited about it as we grow. So anyway, no, very simple. We have we raise show pigs. We sell them. My girls love it. They're going on to college. We're making this up as we go, but they want to do it. Some of these kids are here because they want to, but some of them are here because they have to. And it's not any different than playing basketball. But support your kids. Thank your grandmas and grandpas and everybody that are here. They're here to support you. Some of them are here just to say they did. Some of them just love livestock like I do. But anyway, we donated us all back to the junior livestock thing, locally, nationally, boars, goats, chickens, rabbits. Okay, maybe not the chickens and rabbits. But the hog side of things has always been a deer side of things. So looks like we're all here and we're calmed down. We cool enough to drive. This is the big dance at Chippewa County Fair. So we're going gilts against boys, and it's 2 against 2. I like where we're at right now, and I can't wait to see them here together, and then we're going to get right into showmanship. But we are going to take a break, like she said, at noon. In all fairness to the kids and the animals, to just take a little break, and then maybe for everybody else. No autographs, please. No autographs today. I have to keep this very professional. So anyway, we do this for fun. If we had a farm for a living, it would be stressful. But I love my job and what we do, and I wish my kids were here as well to help sort this all out. But this is a lot of weight on my shoulders, but I can handle it, so let's dance. They keep giving me the mic back. Little do they know, just keep talking. It's not that I changed my mind in between these four, and I don't want to wear them out again. There's so many things I came here wanting to say. I didn't write it down. I'm not a guy on talking in front of people. But again, it's just my opinion today. And I want everybody to just take the minute after the show, hug your dad, hug your mom, everybody that got you here, if you like it or not, give them a big hug because it'll make their day. For some of you, this might be our last dance. Some of you might get to go again. Anyway, between our Gilt and the Barrel, I love this Supreme deal. We do it again. We do it as well as our county fair. It's the boys against the girls. We've been beaten by a lot of girls that are really good. I can't say enough of the pair that we have out here on top of the Gilt and the Barrel division. But for me, it comes down to one that just keeps everything in the tank. He checks all the boxes. He's man amongst boys, coolest guy in Chippewa County right here. For second, it's pretty close, but if we had to scan them, the Gilt would beat the Barrel, and I wish I could take her home with me right now, but I can't. It's a terminal show. But our reserve overall is going to be the Gilt. Congratulations.
And the grand champion overall market animal is Owen King's Barrow, weighing in at 271 pounds. And the reserve grand champion is exhibited by Aubrey King, and that is her Gilt, weighing at 264 pounds. Let's give these folks a big round of applause. So we are on break until noon. When we will start our showmanship classes, we are again beginning with our scene.
And again, so we are going to step away, and we will be returning to the Northern Wisconsin State Fair for the sheep show starting at about 2 o'clock this afternoon. Hope you enjoyed our coverage of the swine show from the Northern Wisconsin State Fair. I'm Brian Winnikins, Farm Director for WRDN Radio. We'll talk to you later this afternoon during the sheep show.